There's a rising fish over there. Hi there, you lovely fly fishing maniacs. My name's Ken Persson. Welcome to the Sameo channel. I got a question from Alex. He was asking me, could you do a video about what's hatching and when it's hatching? And of course I'm happy to oblige. The first thing that hatches in the lakes here are, of course, gnats and mosquitoes. Every fly fisherman can tell you, where's fish? There's gnats and mosquitoes and midges. In the lake we have the black flies known as hagtorns fluga. And usually they start to climb up around in May, beginning of May, but the last week has been so hot, so they are actually flying around here now. And fish go crazy about them. I have a favorite pattern I use all the time. It's called Hagbojan. I think it's Niklas Dahlin that made it for me. I'm not sure. Very good fly. You can imitate them with black gnats, you can imitate them with black sedges or black caddy flies. The fish seem not to be too picky on them. Mosquitoes, midges and gnats has 3 stages. They have a larva stage, they have a pupa stage, and they have an adult stage. You can imitate them in all 3 stages. Fish go crazy when they find easy prey, and one of the easiest way for them to pick the mosquitoes is when they're hatching just in the surface, when the pupa breaks out and the adult climbs up. They are stuck in the surface, so that's why the fish go round and pick them. If you are in a stream, we actually have a little creek coming up in the lake, and I can see some stoneflies there as well. Stoneflies are really early. They start to climb up as soon as the ice breaks. So stoneflies are also excellent to imitate in nymph stages or in an adult stage. As a nymph, they climb up on a rock and they hatch on the rock, so they don't have any hatching state in the water. Right now we have midges, of course, we have mosquitoes, and we have the hagtorn fly. I have seen some of the first mayflies coming up. They're not too many.
To present a tiny fly like a midge pupa or a mosquito is a serious challenge. There is many options like strike indicators, bobbers, or put floatant on the leader and so on. I use a super simple method to make a rig with a fly on top I can see. This is just the method I prefer to tie my rigs with. Maybe it's because I'm too old to learn more knots, or I'm just lazy. So I use the same 2 knots as I showed in my forceps tying videos. My first version is to make a basic surgeon knot with some extra tippet material. You put the lines parallel, make a loop, use the forceps to twist 2 turns and catch the excess line. Tighten it, and now you trim just one side of the excess. The one you have left you can use to put on a top fly. In this example I use a dry fly, but I tie my Czech style nymph rigs in the same manner. And now you can tie on a second fly on the extension, like a small nymph, or in this case a mosquito pupa. Now, if I don't feel like or don't need to make a surgeon knot to extend, I instead can use a simple New Zealand rig or a hopper-dropper rig to make the clothesline of flies. I just tie on a good high-floating indicator fly like a stimulator with some simple bait knot as usual. Now I take some tippet material and I do the bait knot again with my forceps. This time without a fly. I don't close the knot, but I thread the hook bend of the top fly through the loop. Wet and tighten. Time to tie on my second fly. Same pupa again. I can take more tippet material and I repeat the bait knot yet again to make an extension for a third fly, exactly the same way. It can be very hard to know exactly what the fish take, or if they feed on or just below the surface. And this way you can double up on your chances and even more. In many cases I use this method just to see where my fly is. A size 18 is just on the surface is hard enough for my eyesight. To present it 3 centimeters below, that's a bit too much for me. When fishing with 2 or sometimes 3 flies on the leader, I of course have to adapt my casting. I need to open up the loops a bit and not to tangle up the rig. It takes some time to get used to, but it's quite easy.
Another thing you should think about in the spring, if you are like me and you have your tippet material exposed, please make sure you have at least the thinner ones fresh. I change my 15, my 013 and my 010 every year. So this is the time for me to bring out new spools.
I hope you enjoyed my video and you want to try a multiple fly rig. It's fun and it's very efficient. Not only on mosquitoes and midges, but to use a caddisfly on top and a caddis pupa after is a deadly effective weapon. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, please consider to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. See ya!